Hi there crafters, it's Louise with you today. My project today is for Kitaholic Kits February 2024 kit, and of course I am traveling down the sheet of word titles and using that as inspiration to create as many layouts as I can this month. So the next words down were the best thing, and I looked through my stash of photos and I found this one of my dogs playing in puddles. I live in an area of Queensland that doesn't get a great deal of rain, so my dogs don't get to see puddles very often, but when it rains or after it's rained and we get a bit of water collecting around the place, I like to take them out so that they can have a bit of a play in those puddles. It's one of their favourite things to do. So the title was inspiration for this particular page, and I loved this background paper with the white half at the top and then the stripes down the bottom. You can see that I've cut it into a 9x12 size, and the reason for this is because particularly lately, if I'm just creating a single photo layout, I will generally only do a 9x12 page because I still get the same amount of embellishments on a layout, but it feels like I haven't wasted as much space as if I put a single photo onto a 12x12 page. So depending on how many photos I'm going to use will depend on the size that I choose and the way that I go about creating the page. So I've made this little cluster at the bottom. I'm going to put my title, of course, the best thing, over one of the lines, and I'm going to keep most of my embellishing in that bottom section. Now you can see that to help enhance some of these papers, because they are quite pastel-y, so they do, in my opinion, get a little bit lost in some of the backgrounds. So I like to just darken them up, give them a little bit of a distressed edge. You could do this again by mounting it on black cardstock if you want it to really stand out, or in this case, like me, just inking those edges will give a little bit of extra definition and help that to pop off of that white background. Now, I'm always trying to think of new and fun ways that you can use elements from your kits. So as a design team member, I try my best to inspire you with ways that you can use different elements. So in this case, it's going to be the twine. So I was having a bit of a potter around and thinking, what did I want to do here? Did I want to mix media the background? Did I want to leave it quite simple and keep it clean? You can see I'm just adding a little bit of torn patterned paper to build up the layers behind my photo. But essentially I'm sort of looking at what I have in the kit and trying to decide how I'm going to make this work for me. And the way I do that is I decide that the twine needs to make an appearance. So you don't have to necessarily use twine to stitch. You can use it in a lot of different ways and it can be quite fun. So what I'm going to do is firstly, have a bit of a play and a think about maybe putting it in a circular fashion to enhance my photo, but that's not going to work for me. So I decide to sort of wrap it around the main photo section. So this is the little play around with some circles, and it was not working for me. I tried different size circles and I knew that twine had to go on there, but it didn't want to do what I expected it to do, and so I had to think about it a different way, and I decided to wrap it almost like putting ribbon around a gift to create that sort of interesting element. And while I was using my distress ink, I accidentally dropped some onto the white background and I couldn't leave it there. I had to cover it up somehow, and so I drew this little doodled border around the outside, and that's essentially how I ended up with this border, was just pure accident of dropping my distress ink. So once I'm happy and that's covered up, here's where I'm going to add this twine. Now I like to firstly just hold it down with a little bit of tape, just so that you actually can see where you're working and have it held in place. So sometimes I'll use a masking tape, sometimes I'll use a washi. I ended up with a knot that I had to try and hide in the background as well. So yeah, this layout did take a little bit of coordinating, but I do love how that twine wrapped around really draws your eye to the photo and the fun that they're having. You'll also notice that off camera I have also stuck down my title. I would definitely recommend using a little bit of tacky glue behind those letters. They do tend to lose their stick over time, so I would definitely pop a little bit of glue on there as well. Now, using one of the stickers, I've just mounted that up onto some foam, and I'm just going to glue that as a way to hold those wraps of twine in place to bring in that sort of special moments little banner that I've captured there, and the best thing title, which is in there as well. Mimicking the mimicking the banners from the bottom to the top, adding a couple of stickers here and there, and then I'm calling this layout done. So I really did have fun with this one. I love how it turned out. I hope that there has been a technique there that you can enjoy and use in your scrapbooking. So thank you so much for watching.